See if we can show what's in that. Full of rust and water in there. So what I'm going to do, I definitely need to put the gasket maker around there. Let's see what's under this one. This one's not too bad. It's a 22 millimeter. Okay, bank 2 knock sensor not working. So these guys are my parts list right here. I got the Fel-Pro metal gaskets, which are still expensive, but they're not the genuine GM part gaskets. So hopefully they will still work. I've got the new washer reservoir. I've got the new wiring. Genuine GM part, made in Serbia. The knock sensor wiring. Knock sensors here. Let's see. Those knock sensors made in Mexico, but genuine GM. Bosch double iridium spark plugs and AC Delco plug wires. Okay, this is 8 millimeter. 8 mil holding this thing down. Oh, these are 10. Now we're switching to 10 mil. Okay. We go from 8 to 10s. This guy out of here. Torque's 25 to get the Let's see if my Canon can pick this up here. Otherwise I'll try to use the GoPro, but according to this fuel pump, it's this guy right here, which is this guy right here. Let's pull that out and see if that does anything here. Okay, fuel pump out. Let's get this aside. Well, it looks like without that fuel pump relay, it won't start at all. Cover that guy up a little bit. Oh yeah, it's still got some pressure in it. There's fuel still coming out of there. So even though the engine won't run, that thing still's got fuel in it. Wow, there's a lot of fuel coming out of that thing. Not run. Let's see here if I can get that. Right, it just keeps coming. Just shows how much pressure the big old 5.3s. Let's start with the clip that holds. Whew. Okay, so use lots of paper towels. This is something they don't show in all the how-to videos on this one, is how much fuel you will lose. Since I broke so many plugs removing them from the my Jeeps, I'm trying to make sure that I don't do that same thing with. Let's show you here. Not wanting to break anything, but geez, you're making it tough on me there, dude. Okay, so this piece apparently just comes off by sliding this white clip over and pulling up. And then this piece just has a connection on the back there. Let's get this stuff out and clean this off right now. Where's my red? Red's on. this piece right here clips on. There's another piece that clips onto the alternator. See if I can get that one just unplugged from here. Let's get another light on the subject. Why am I not seeing what's going on over there? Supposedly this piece just clips on. Okay, good. Yes, this is probably overkill to be cleaning all of these connectors, but as we get to the back here, things get a little bit more difficult. Let's see if I can get that one unsnapped from there. There. Got that one off of here. Come off of this piece right there. Okay. Yeah. That's what that thing does right there. Okay, so that wasn't obvious to me. There's a lot of things that aren't obvious to me. And I'm seeing why mechanics don't want to do this job and why nobody's returned my calls when I said I needed this job done. Or they're not returning my calls without a $5,000 retainer. And a $5,000 retainer for night shift x-ray tech. A little bit too much here. Let's see if I can get, why is this already off of here? It looks like, did somebody already pull off my, did somebody already get in and do this, tried to do this job? Is that what's going on? I've got one of these guys that's already removed. Looks like it. Get that off of here. So the fuel injectors plugged on right over here. You just squeeze them and pull them off apparently. I'm just trying to figure out why. So the fuel injectors they have a little tab on the backside. This one didn't have anything on it. Let's see if I can figure out why. Jeez, it's dark. Let's plug this guy in right here. I think this piece goes in here like that. Somebody had these off at some point. Not sure why. And they're taped up. Not sure why. Okay. You definitely need extra lighting in here. Let's see if I can get this piece off first. And squeeze and separate. Okay. So the fuel injector wiring plugs are not as hard to get off, but they have these little retainer clips, but most of these are not even connected. I'm going to stick some of these retainer clips over here in the fuse box just to get them out of the way so I don't lose them. Kind of strange though that most of these are not even close to being connected. I know, it's not enough though.
It looks bright.
It's extremely bright. Everything's bright except the valley where my bolts are that I'm trying to look into. So I have to keep lighting it up with the flashlight like this.
We'll go with your child up into home coffee.
Out. That one is out. I just got to rest. So there is a good reason that people say you need to count the intake bolts. I was trying to lift it and I've got one. I only removed 4 from this side. It's not spark plugs we're looking at. These are. So there's one hidden right underneath this bracket right there. Try to get something on there. Okay. One more. This is the one I missed. Okay. Flashlight gotta go. One of them off with this one first. Jeez, that might be too small. Let's see if it'll even get in there. Yeah, it'll still work. First. Tension. What a pain in the butt getting this piece off of here. So let's put that aside. That piece did not want to work right. Okay, things are suddenly much easier over here now. I don't know if my camera can pick any of that up. It's so dark down there. Let's see if I can get some flashlights on it. Look at that disgusting rat's nest. That is a disgusting rat's nest under there. 165,000 miles. Looks like some rats have crawled under there and died. Jeez. Look at that. Okay, I got a little bit of cleaning ahead of me to do here. All right, so I can see why I'm throwing a code back here. Let's see if the camera can get in on that. That thing is full of water and rust. This is my back. This is the rear knock sensor, and it is covered in rust and so much water in there. When I sprayed it out, stuff just came flying out of there. All right, got the 22 mil on there. Let's see if I can pull that one out. So this one has a little bit of a broken plastic tab on top, but doesn't look nearly as bad as the other side does. That's the one that's going to be the problem. That's the one that I'm sure is putting off the code. All right, let's get that out of there and show you what's under it. All right, the back one is pretty rusted. Let's see if it'll come off, come out. This one might not want to come out. All right, quite a bit different. That is how the back knock sensor looks. No wonder this is putting off a code. My camera focusing on it. Hopefully the camera focuses on it. Can't tell I can get a light on it and put my hand behind it at the same time. Yeah, nice knock sensor there. Jeez. My ability to see what I'm doing because the flashlights keep getting, or my spotlights keep getting cramped up. Okay. All right, first knock sensor went in finger tight, pretty easy. Second knock sensor. This is the one that I'm worried about because this is the one that's so nasty. Yeah, it's not going in so easy on this side.
Well,
50 foot-pounds, not that much.
no.
All right, 15 foot-pounds. Oh, it was Johnson?
Yeah. nicer.
This rear one is the one that really needs this RTV around it. It's full of water. So oil sending unit right there on the back of the engine. I got everything put back together and I was ready to put the manifold back on, but I'm figuring since I can get to that sensor there, and here's what it looks like. I got this over at Advance Auto, and it's got this tiny little screen that goes with it. And it's just kind of this weird shaped thing here. Nothing sits on this dashboard, on the Chevy, the angled Chevy radiator cover. So this little piece right here, nobody ever says anything about that, but I think that is a good idea. You've got all this taken off of here, and you've got that. So the knock sensors went bad. We're kicking off a check engine light. So how long is it going to be before the oil sending unit goes bad and it starts kicking off an error light as well? So might as well change it for $64. Got this set. Why is my camera focusing on the engine and not my hand? Okay. All right, so for $64, get this thing instead of putting it all back together and then 6 months to a year from now having to pull it all back off again, or trying to get to that from up there in that tiny little cramped area. If I can get through to the connector, it has a little tab on the back side. Let's see if I can just pull that off of there. Okay. That came off pretty easy there. Let's get the socket on there. Oil sending unit is that it requires some crazy socket set. I had to go raid my dad's heavy duty tools for this. 1 1/16 deep socket to get around this thing. Let's see if that'll work on there. So 1 1/16. So before you start this job, I'd recommend just picking up one of these. You can get the new oil pressure center. I'm going to try to clean that intake manifold up a little bit before I put that thing back on. Yummy! All right. Don't forget to pull the rags out of the intake rag. So if you're using the Felpro gaskets that they clip onto these head bolts right here. The ones in the rear have so much carbon on them. Let's see if the flashlight can pick any of that up. So much carbon on them that I couldn't even get the gaskets to click onto them. So I had to clean them out again. All right, let's try this one more time. See if those things can click in this time. Hey, actually fitting down around those bolts much better. Having all that junk cleaned off of there. Try the passenger side. There we go. You could feel it seat in around the bolts. So these metal Felpro gaskets definitely need to seat down around those bolts there to be in proper position, and they feel much better now. They look much better now. Hey. Intake manifold. Okay. I think we are in, dudes. 44 inch-pounds. Let's go in a crisscross pattern. We will start right over here. Tighten this to 44 inch-pounds. All right, 89 inch-pounds. Let's try this out. On the passenger side of the engine, you can see all 10, so it's much easier since you can see all 10 of them versus the driver's side where you cannot. Okay. Started with one. All right, let's go over to the other side. Let's go straight across here. Oh, we're not going to Okay. 89 inch-pounds. All 10 of them. I'll go and double check that one more time. All right, the little plate here. Let's get this thing on. So we got this little plate here. I had to really clean this up. It was covered in crap. So because it was plate mill on top. The Vortec Beauty cover is on. Well, out with the old. Here's all the old crap I just pulled out of there. Show it off a little bit. This knock sensor looks like it was recovered from the Titanic. This knock sensor is not too bad, it's just a little bit of surface rust on it. But these, the wiring harness, I would say never do your knock sensors without doing this wiring harness. This thing is pretty nasty. And the spark plug wires, why change that when you can just tape it up and it's got some type of hard bend in it. So. And these spark plugs, they're just worn. But out with the old. Hopefully this car will run better now. We shall see now. Let's try it out. Let's fire it up.